everybody, and welcome back to another review. Today we're going to take a look at an album I've been waiting for a long time from one of my favorite bands since I was in middle school, and that is Daughter. So Daughter is an indie folk band that I've been enjoying for a long time. It was actually one of the first bands that really got me into music. I listened to a lot of folk and indie back in the day, like 2014, 15, like the Lumineers, the Oh Hellos of Monsters and Men, and obviously Daughter. I really enjoyed a lot of their previous, like the first stuff, and like especially the song Youth, their first two EPs, their album If You Leave, I think is one of the greatest albums ever released. And they released a couple throughout my high school years, but they took a 7-year hiatus, with the exception of Elena Tonra's side project. But I've been waiting for this one for such a long time because it is honestly, I find their music so beautiful. So Daughter is a trio composed by the lead singer Elena Tonra, the guitarist Igor Haefeli, and the drummer Remi Aguilella. And honestly, I think them three work so well together. I liked Elena Tonra's side project X-Ray, but I don't like it as much as when the three are together in the band Daughter. And honestly, I think these songs really do a lot of things great in their own way. So this album has a lot of traces from their old stuff, but I think it reminisces more of their 2016 album Not to Disappear. And there's some really good songs in here, but I would like to share my thoughts with the whole album with you guys today. So let's go take a look at the singles first of all. So Stereo Mind Game had 3 singles overall, all beginning in 2023, and it started with, honestly, I think their best song of the album, the best song in Stereo Mind Game, which is Beyond Your Way, and this song really made me love Daughter once again. I think this is very reminiscent from like the old folk stuff. It's really sad, really emotional. I love the videos that they like accompany these songs. I think they're really creative, like really moody, nostalgic, and it really transported me back to middle school. I think this song is a really great introduction, and it is actually the second song in the album besides the intro. I think this song is just so great. It's really emotional, really powerful. It's just really good to listen to, and it really introduces a lot of their great other songs in the album. So Party is a more uplifting song than Be On Your Way, and honestly I think it is the most uplifting song in the album. It's really it really put a smile on my face. I think it's a really nice song to listen to. It's really calm, like it's one of those songs that you put on a really nice beautiful day, just listen to it and relax, and it's just really nice. I like the themes that this song carries, and it's just really nice to listen to. So I don't like it as much as Be On Your Way. I'm honestly, when it comes to like indie folk, that kind of stuff, I'm more of a fan of the emotional, moody, you know, heart-wrenching songs, but this one is a really nice introduction, and it's the song that continues this one too. So I liked it in the album, listening to these two back to back. And the third single of Stereo Mind Game was Swim Back, which is another song that I listened to it a lot of times. It didn't stick as much as some of the other songs. Like I think Daughter has a lot of songs that are kind of like that. More kind of like fillery songs, but I still like it. And when I listen to the album from beginning to end, I like the way the song works with the rest of them. So those are the 3 singles they released. I really enjoyed them. When they came out, I really also loved the album cover for Stereo Mind Game. I think it's like a flower, but it kind of like plastered on a piece of paper. It's really creative. It has some writing down below, and I just enjoyed it so much. So after the 6-year hiatus, after Songs from Before the Storm, they returned with this album, and they start with a really emotional intro, you know, just some really soft, you know, moody ambient music to get you into the album and see what, like, it kind of like setting the tone. And Daughter's music's always been like carried by its emotions, but I love like the feeling they trying to convey with this one. And then we continue with Be On Your Way, Party, and then Dandelion, which is really funny because I think those are the 3 best songs in the album. Especially Dandelion, which I'll talk about next. So Dandelion is a really emotional song, and the thing I enjoyed the most about Dandelion was like at the beginning, the guitar that starts with the song, and just like the original, like the moody feeling it has reminded me a lot of it's like it could have been a song taken from If You Leave. So that's something I really enjoyed. I feel like this one is Kaz classic Daughter written all over it, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. It's really calm, you know, kind of like emotional, heart-wrenching in a little bit in some parts, but that's why I enjoyed Dandelion so much. I honestly think it's one of my favorite, possibly my second favorite song on the album. And after that, we have Neptune. So Neptune is another one of my favorite songs in the album. I really enjoyed this one for a lot of reasons, but especially I feel like this is the song where Elena's voice shines the most. I feel like like the way she raises her voice and like at the beginning, like the chorus, especially at the end, it's just so beautiful. I like that because of that reason. I feel like this song really showcases her voice the best. And especially like I feel like the second half of the song is also really emotional, you know, with the backing voices, you know, the chorus. I just think it was beautiful, and this is one of the one of the best songs in the album, and it's really good. I feel like the first half of the album is just really good and really emotional. It has some hints from the previous albums, but also does its own thing. So after that, we have Swim Back, which I already talked about. Then Junk Mail, which is a really interesting song. It has some light electronic production, which is something I really enjoy, not only in Daughter, but also in like other like indie folk albums when they introduce like some electronic kind of like drums and, you know, beats that are in the background, just lightly, like not enough to make it like a fully electronic song. It just sounds really good. It's like really creative, and I think the song uses that really well. So I enjoyed Junk Mail. And then we have Future Lover, which is one of the most interesting songs in the album because it has like some interesting production behind it. I think it was really unique. I think this is one of the most unique songs in the entire Stereo Mind Game album. So I liked it. I wouldn't put it like at the top. I think it's a really experimental song for Daughter, but still, you know, in the context of the entire album, it's still nice to listen to. After that, we come to the final third of the album, which is also pretty interesting. So Missed Calls is kind of interlude that is really interesting and really unexpected for, you know, a Daughter album. So Missed Calls kind of has like this, you know, nostalgic, kind of like dreamlike feeling. It has like some like background voices that really make it like an eerie song. It's you know, it's like a minute and a half. It's instrumental, so it kind of like sets this like the tone of the album, which is, you know, continuing with those themes of nostalgia, of, you know, these heavy feelings that come sometimes in life. So I really enjoyed this. I think it really exemplifies those feelings that Daughter tried to convey with the album, which continues into Isolation, which is another very sad song. And it's also a really good one. I really enjoyed Isolation. I think it's also like up there with the best songs in the album. And I liked it. I think it was very emotional. One of the most emotional songs here. It's really beautifully composed. And also that's something I gotta admire too. Like I think with this album, Daughter has really improved in their songwriting skills. I liked like the feeling from the previous, like the first EPs and the first album, If You Leave. I think it's very, you know, charming how, you know, beautiful it is, how, you know, kind of, but this one has like, you know, better production skills, better, I think lyric writing. I think the lyrics are better in this one. And Isolation is an example of that. Then we come to Rage. So this song, I feel the same way as Swim Back. I think it's a good song in the context of the album, but at the same time, it doesn't stand out as much as I wanted to. I listened to it several times, and it feels kind of like filler too. So I like the song, but I honestly don't really have much to say about it. And then at the end, we have Wish I Could Cross the Sea, which is also a really good song. I think it's I like at the beginning, it's kind of, you know, kind of the same as the other songs, To Rage and Swim Back, but at like the second half is where everything like turns much better. I feel like the final like outro with the violins sets a perfect tone to end the album, and this is such a gorgeous song to end it with, and I just liked it. I think it's a great way to wrap it up, and I love Stereo Mind Game. I think it's a really good album after years of waiting for new Daughter material, and I liked it. Honestly, I feel, well, I don't think anything is gonna top If You Leave, because I feel like every single song in that album just hits really hard. But I honestly, I think it's like at the same par with Not to Disappear, but it's still a really enjoyable album. I think I really liked it in a lot of ways. And as a final score, I'm going to give it a 75 out of 100. I really enjoyed Stereo Mind Game. I think it's a great album, great songs. And yeah, I really enjoyed Daughter, and I can't wait to see where they go from here, because they're a really talented band. I think it's one of my favorite bands of all time. Second one, I think, after Linkin Park. So yeah, I really like them. So anyways, those are all my thoughts on Stereo Mind Game, and that'd be everything for today. So see you next time.